Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy new moon in Aquarius. So we are live tonight again. I did this last night and it didn't download. So we're going to have an encore performance of Carrie's crazy talk. So while everyone hops on, I am going to do something that I don't normally do, but I'm going to give you guys a minute to hop on. And since it's a new moon, I figure it's kind of appropriate. We set intentions with new moon. With the new moon, I'm going to set intentions for this live with this wonderful candle. And what I really want to do tonight is, my intention is for this message that I want to share with you guys, especially since it didn't download last night, to reach the people that it needs to reach, and for me to be able to process through all the thoughts that I have in my head that I want to share with you in a way that is constructive and makes more sense, because last night, as per usual, I was all over the place. So that is my intention for this live. So let me also pin a little comment about what we're going to talk about tonight. And once I get that done, we shall begin. So, hey Jen. Jen was on last night, so maybe you guys can help me remember some of the things that I said, some of the key points, maybe the takeaways that you guys got from the conversations last night, that you can help remind me what I said so that I can share that with everybody again. Hey Diana, glad you popped on for me. So, hard conversations. Now, before I begin, some things happened today that have the energy about what I want to say a little different than the way that it actually came out last night. And it feels even that much more important to me now. But we got a message today, just as we were getting ready to leave from work, that one of our coworkers had passed away last night, and she had been out since December, but nobody was really saying anything about why. It was very much on the DL, so it was very hard, and it just, kind of drives home I don't want to say life is short, because some of us, are blessed with these wonderfully long lives, but life is fucking precious. And if you take anything away from what I want to share with you tonight, I want you to just remember how precious life is, and that there is no reason to not fucking live your life to your goddamn fullest, being every bit of who you are, who you want to be, speaking your truth and doing your shit. And that is basically the point of this whole message that I want to share with you guys tonight. So, backstory for a little bit of who I am and what I'm about, because some of you know me and some of you don't. Some of you have known me for a long time and think you might know who I am, and some of you have no fucking clue who I am. Obviously, from my handle, I'm the Happy Witch. I identify as a witch. Yes, I believe in magic and all of the wonderful things, and magic to some people might mean something different than it does to other people. So, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about having these hard conversations with people that need to be had, because about, I don't know, we won't do a time frame, because I haven't had some of these conversations with some people that I need to have, but some things happened not too long ago that really made me have to stop and think about who I was with and who I was hanging out with, I guess. Something got said to me and it triggered me really bad. And I'm like, what the fuck, And I guess what I want to say is that when people say things to you and it triggers you, you kind of got to look at it and like, okay, why are they seeing this? What is it that they're seeing that I'm not? And figuring out what the hell is really going on, because if it triggers you in some way, then you've got some sort of defense mechanism that maybe this thing that they've said is true, and it's time for you to really dive deep and look at it. Um, God, I was all over the place last night, but I feel like I was making more sense. So, long story short, I guess, this thing that got said to me made me realize that it is time for me to really, really stand up and start speaking up and start, just kind of, I don't want to say bringing forth the truth to people, but really it's come to my attention, here I am all over the place again, that there are a lot of people now that are starting to wake up to magic and to like the law of attraction and to energy work and being able to do these things that kind of seems like it's like pop culture-y kind of, it's like, oh yeah, I got crystals too, and oh yeah, I know about this too, and oh yeah, I read my horoscope every day, and that's great. But don't do it because everybody else is doing it. It's like, what the fuck is the purpose of having this shit if you don't know how to use it properly? Because, it's there for a reason. And I feel like there are a lot of people that are curious about things that just don't understand and that aren't comfortable asking questions because they have lived their lives and been programmed for so long that some of this shit is wrong or it's evil or whatnot. Hey, Jessica, girl, I've messaged you like 4 times. So you need to call me when we're done so we can talk. But a lot of people are starting to wake up to this new way of living, which is so not a new way, but they just don't understand it. And some of us that have been doing, here we go, now I'm back on track. Some of us that have been doing this work for so long have gotten to this point that we're like not energetically or vibrationally up here and better than everybody else, but we're kind of, more educated in these things. And I feel like some of these people that are just starting to become aware that there is more to life than what we have maybe previously been taught for eons and eons, they're not getting the information because everybody else is so far advanced that they don't know where to go or where to turn to. And I probably should have just told the whole story. That's okay. We're going to get there. Everybody knows I'm all over the place. Hey, Nina, my dear sweet Nina, all the way in Sweden, that it's fucking like, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning there. Anyway, I want to create a safe place somehow. I want everybody to know, especially, my friends, to ask questions, to learn about these things, and to realize that not only are we capable of creating our own realities because of what we think, but that it's really a collectiveness of the whole fucking planet. And until we get to that point of realization that we are all on the same page, we're all on this planet together, and we are all part of this collective unity consciousness that is God, regardless of what you choose to call God, energy, the universe, source, creator, however you want to refer to it. If you want to refer to it as him, God. Yes, I believe in God. I believe there is a God. I don't believe in the things that the Roman Catholic Church has encrypted into the Bible to hold us under constraints, but I do believe in a source creator, and I believe that we are all part of that creation. And until we all can get on some sort of fucking same page, this new earth that we've been talking about for a very long time, and I didn't even realize how long until I started Googling things, and like, dude, they were talking about this stuff back in at least 2016, but it is so more tangible now than it was back then because so many more people are becoming aware of it. And I really feel like it's gonna be possible really, really soon. I think even last night I said, I really almost feel like our grandchildren. Now I say our, I am 44 years old, so my kids are grown. So by the time my grandchildren reach maybe this age, I don't know, maybe before, I really feel like something major is going to happen. And I feel like it's very important for, more so now than ever, for people to really understand and I don't want to say accept, but I do want to say accept and understand this knowledge that has been hidden and fucking driven out of our mind and our programming for so long, because we as humans on this planet are fucking capable of so many amazing things if we would just fucking remember. That's it. All we got to do is remember. All right, I'm going to take a pause, try to collect my thoughts, and read through some of these comments. And hopefully, maybe anybody that was on last night, if I said anything that you want to remind me of, that would be great. All right, let's see here. Everybody, oh shit. Just saying hi. Okay, so nobody's really said anything yet. That's cool, no problem. All right, so I'm sitting out on my porch. We're just going to tell the story about what happened and how all of these things fucking came down to my brain, which is insane, but I'm going to share it because that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having hard conversations and sharing the truth about shit. Not just to some people that you feel comfortable with, not just to a stranger that you're never going to see again, so what the fuck do you care what he really thinks about you, but to everybody. Having hard conversations about all of this stuff. Hey, Bobby, how's it going? Glad you made it live. See, I have more thoughts coming in, and it's like trying to file them away and figure out where I'm going to say shit. All right. I believe, let's do some more backstory. I believe in multidimensional beings. I believe in other universes. I believe in other planetary systems. I believe in all of those things. It just makes a lot of sense to me. It's like all of the fairy tale shit that these movies and things that we've grown up with. When something resonates with you really, really hard, you kind of maybe got to ask yourself why. Maybe you just have a vivid imagination. Great, but it really, really, really sits really well and deep in my soul, so I really feel it. So I'm sitting out on the porch the other night when all of this shit that happened transpired, and I basically threw my hands up to the air and was like, okay, obviously you want me to do something. What the fuck is it that you want me to do? Close my eyes, and immediately I see like this highway system, like road structures wrapped all around the planet. I didn't see the planet. The road system was just in a ball, like a big rubber band ball, but it was roads. But then it kind of started looking like it was crumbling a little bit. And the first thing that popped into my brain was apocalypse. Nobody wants to really accept the fact that, we're going to have this giant apocalypse, which doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to have, like feast and famine and shit, but apocalypse was just the word that popped into my head. And then the next thing that popped into my head was the Hunger Games movie, and then the Star Wars movie, and then the X-Men Endgames movie. So it really made me think, okay, I feel like there is a battle coming. I don't know what kind of battle. I don't know if it's the galactic beings are going to come down and fight us here on our planet, and we have to fend for our planet. The good guys against the bad guys, like really, really in Star Wars. If it's a mental battle, emotional battle, spiritual battle, the shadow work, or whatever, just battle came into my mind, or made me think. And so it got me thinking about how, we're supposed to, or we're being taught how if we hold the vibe and hold the frequency and hold the thought of how we want our lives to manifest, that's what will manifest, right? You know, think great thoughts. Put all of your focus and all of your attention into the things that you want to create. Don't give two thoughts to what you don't want. Pause, which is why it's very, very important to do shadow work, to heal all of those things and all of those traumas that bring up the things that you don't want. We can't focus on what we don't want. We'll talk more about shadow work later. So, while we're being taught to hold the vibe that we want, right? I'm a very visual person. I learn visually, therefore I tell stories visually. So I got this thought of, you know, it's great for us to hold the vibe of all this positive energy of what we want to create. But what happens when the fucking wall is breached? What happens when they storm the fucking castle and we have not been taught how to fight? Physically, emotionally, spiritually. I don't really know what that means yet. I'm still processing through all of these things that came to my brain. But it made me think, okay, Carrie, you know, you've always felt like you're this warrior person, but yet you feel like you are a teacher, and yet you feel like you're a healer, and all of these things. And then it just kind of all made sense to me. How, you know, it's like, it is my job to teach people how to do this battling of, you know, on a spiritual front. Somehow, I don't fucking know. I mean, it might actually come down to picking up a goddamn sword and doing some real fighting against intergalactic beings. Who fucking knows? Anything is possible, right? So I want to fucking teach people. I want to teach all of you all of the things. I don't want anybody on this planet that has a grain of curiosity about what this stuff is about how we can be so much more than we are being led to believe that we can be, you know. And, you know, like I was saying, there are so many people that have been doing this work for so long that are like kind of ready to board the ship and take off and go live this grand fucking life on New Earth, and that's great. Fucking go prepare it for us, right? I'm not leaving anybody behind. That's just what came into my fucking mind. Don't leave anybody behind. Tell the people. So I'm kind of here trying to tell everybody. And, you know, I got really, really emotional about this last night, about really wanting to create a safe place for people to not just express themselves, but for the people that are curious to really start asking questions, you know. And I have so many people that, you know, follow me, that watch my stories, that never say anything. And I'm like, you're watching for a reason. You know, there is something that is drawing you to me. Ask yourself why. What is it? You know, I posted this meme. This was another thing that was like, okay, well, maybe it's time. I posted this meme on Facebook. It's really funny. That said, it was just like, I don't know, probably Beyonce. I don't even remember. But it's like, do you tell your devout Christian friends that their vision board, affirmations, and candles are about 3 steps short of low-key witchcraft? I thought that was funny as shit. Well, about 3 of my very devout Christian friends laughed at the comment, at the meme or whatever, and I was like, all right, you know, it's time. It's time to start fucking telling your truth and asking the fucking questions and having the hard conversations with people and doing the work that needs to be done and all of the things. Okay, does anybody have anything that they want to say or ask about? Ask me a question. Like, does anybody even know if there is like another social media platform where people can actually submit completely anonymous things? You know, it's like, that was something that got said to me such a long time ago, that like, just keep posting, the people that need to see will see what you're putting out there. They might not like it, they might not comment on it, you might never know that they're seeing it, but they're seeing it. So that's what I got to keep doing. Amanda says, yes, Carrie, get it, Cap, lead and speak. Trying, and dude, I'm telling you, all of this fucking Aquarius energy is like, whoa, pushing me. It's time, it is time, it is fucking time. So, anyway. I feel like I talked about so much more last night and really covered a lot more key points, but I was all over the goddamn place last night with this shit. Nobody wants to say anything. That's all right. You know, we're gonna get started saying things. If you have a question about something, post it if you feel free and, I hate to say brave enough, but you know, somebody's got to fucking lead the way. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to take that first step. Somebody's got to make that first fucking cut through the jungle. Something, I don't fucking know. Okay, let's see here. It takes a ton of courage. How can I, as a stylist, help wake people up more? Oh my God, as a stylist, you have got access to so many people. So like a hairstylist, or what kind of stylist? But yeah, just speaking your truth, man. I mean, and that's just it. That's all I can do is just keep speaking my truth. And I have so many people since I have moved to Florida tell me how much I have just like, I don't know, I hate to say blossomed, but blossomed kind of sort of, you know? And it's just really stepping into the place, the person, the purpose, the mission, the everything that I was put here to do. And the more aligned you are, the better it will fucking get. All right, ripple effect. Yes, ripple effect. That is exactly it. Yeah. Okay. What started your awakening? Dude, I don't even fucking know. I can't even remember. Honestly, it was probably after my divorce, and I didn't really get depressed or anything, but after my divorce, I've always been, you know, this big inspirational, happy-go-lucky bubble of energy, and I just really started posting a lot of inspirational things. And what was it? I know what it was. I read this book that one of my girlfriends, Laura, one of my best friends since 4th grade, called Choose Your Bliss. And that's what kind of started sparking things. And from that book, then I read another book, and then I learned about chakras, and which, you know, how many of you guys do yoga? Raise your hand, raise your hand. I bet every fucking buddy does yoga. Did you know that yoga is to clear your chakras? It's energy work. Bet you didn't know you were doing energy work. Bet you just thought you was going and getting a good stretch and a good workout. Anyway, yeah, so it's just like a lot of dots connected, and it's really funny because even, you know, so Diana, you just asked me, when did my journey begin? You know, I just mentioned to you a few days ago that I feel like maybe I'm a grid keeper. And one of the first things that I saw was the flower of life in one of my very, very first visions. And so that was 4 years ago. And then it's, you know, kind of clicking into place now. What is the best way for us to battle the darker forces? You know, Bobby, that is a good question. And the only way that I know to answer that is by, so first off, I guess two things are coming to my mind. Personally, this might not work for everybody. This is just my own personal shit, right? First, you got to battle the dark forces inside of you. They're there for a reason. Look at them. Because that was something that I was told. I might not be looking at all of the ugly shit that's coming my way. You got this thing that's there in front of you, kind of like a bully, until you stand up to them. You can ignore them, and you might not get your ass beat, but they're not going to go away. They're going to keep fucking poking at you, right? Until you fucking face it and deal with it. Figure out why it's there, why it keeps coming back, right? So internally, that's how to defeat your dark forces. Externally, standing in your fucking truth still, man. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care where you are. Every time you deny your truth, you give more power to the dark forces. My thought. All right. That's a quote I love by and choose your... Okay, I missed the quote. Did I say it or did you say it? Post that again. D. I don't like entities that try to drain the life force from people like us. Yeah, they're there. And we just gotta keep fucking fighting the bullshit, man. Okay. So, there's not many people watching live right now, so I don't expect many people to be posting questions. That is okay. All right. So I guess back to summarize what I want to say. It's just really been on my heart the last couple of weeks to not forget anybody, if that makes sense. Choose your happy, Diana said. The quote, choose your happy. Yeah, totally. You should read that book, Choose Your Bliss. It was a fucking good book. What was I saying? Damn it. Yeah, I just want everybody to know the importance of the capabilities that we have. Whether you believe in magic and whether you believe in starseeds and intergalactic beings, or that, maybe everything that we were taught in the Bible is true or not true, regardless of what you believe, until we understand that there really is more than what we are being taught and told, and we've got to stop fucking fighting over stupid shit. Yeah, stop fighting. That whole thought just kind of trailed off, didn't it? Oh well, fuck it. It's okay. If you feel it, you know what I'm trying to say anyway. So, I'm going to start posting more shit. I'm going to start having more lives. I used to do these lives all the time. I would come on and talk about stuff on Wednesday nights, and it has not happened on a regular basis in a long time. And I feel like I've got a lot of stuff to talk about, and if I try to structure it and only do it at a specific time on a specific night, and something comes up, then by the time that specific day and time gets here, the energy of what I want to say is kind of done, which I think is kind of what happened today. You know, I did this live last night, and while it was all over the place, I said a lot of really important things and hit on a lot of really important topics that were very, very, very important to me. And now the energy of it is kind of like, well, you already, you know, let the balloon go last night. So, yeah, but I really want to start doing this more. And I really want to encourage more people to ask those hard questions. You know, I guess that was something, you know, that I thought and said last night too. If I'm feeling pushed to have hard conversations with people and to talk about things that might be hard to talk about, then there's probably somebody that wants to ask the question, but it's too hard for them to ask the question. Fucking ask the question. Just do it. Just ask, you know? And I say having these hard conversations and standing in your truth and doing this stuff. And I have probably 95, 98%, you know, but there's still been part of me that kind of held back, you know. I've not been one to really talk about Starseeds or to talk about the fairy realms or elves or inner earth, which I'm still kind of like, do I really believe that there are beings living inside the planet? Maybe. Who the fuck do I know, you know? Nobody's really fucking dug down there and done anything, so how the fuck do we know if there is or isn't? Regardless, I do believe in fairies. I do believe in elves. I do believe and know with every fiber of my being that my ass in another life has worked with Merlin. Yes, I said Merlin. The wizard. Yes, my teacher. My dude. I love my Merlin. That's just the fucking truth of it. So, that is it. That is me speaking my truth, opening up this platform that I want to open up for people to ask hard questions and have hard conversations. And if you're curious, ask me, dude. I am your friend. I am a safe place. I don't care what it's about. You know, if you're like, oh, aliens, what about aliens? Starseeds, what's a starseed? What did you mean when you said grid worker? And tell me all about Merlin. Fucking message me, ask me. You know, I am definitely not an expert on anything. I would barely say that I am a novice on some of this stuff. Astrology, tarot, crystals, oils, that is something I'm really, really into. Anything that is like earthly. God made this planet for us to survive on. Everything we need is here. Fuck the pharmaceutical companies. That's a whole nother story. All right. Bobby, I'm going to read your comment and then I'm going to close. All right. Bobby says, I had my share of fights and battling some bullies in school, so yeah, I can relate. I learned how to fight physically from a younger age. I can prepare for a battle against the darker forces spiritually. Get them. All right. And physically if I can. That's right. All right. Diana, start with the who, what, when, where, and why to get going and on asking questions. Yeah. All right. Diana also says, same, love some Merlin. Hell yeah. Yes, Merlin the magician. Okay, I wonder who I may have been in my past life, but yet I am kind of leery to know. Don't be leery, man. Don't be leery. And I'd say, based on the conversations that you and I have had the last few days, you're probably getting ready to find out. That's something else that I've had conversations with a few people about lately. How, you know, some of us that have been doing this work for a long time have dealt with so much stuff, you know, and it's like every time we think that we've gotten to a certain point, we go even deeper and even deeper. And it's like we like to refer to ourselves like onions, you know, peeling off the next layer and peeling off the next layer. And we've been doing this for so long, you'd think that there are no fucking layers left. And then all of a sudden you're like, God damn, why is this getting so fucking hard? Well, because you're getting deeper. And I personally feel like I have done a lot of this earth life trauma cleansing. And now the things that are coming up, especially with the visions that I've been having lately, are more past life ancestral traumas and things that I'm figuring out and working through. And dude, I'm telling you, once it fucking starts coming in, it's like a goddamn domino effect. And it's, yeah, I guess that's why I'm all over the place, because there's so much stuff that has came in over the last 2 weeks that I'm still trying to process it and figuring out which filing cabinet it goes in. Krista, there is magic here on this planet if we tune in. Fucking right there is. There abso-fucking-lutely is. And that's what I want people to know. I want people to be aware of what that magic means and how to use it and what to do with it. And not just because it's the fucking fad that you can find everywhere. Like, even one of my bestest, most dearest friends was just talking to her a few days ago about her daughter, and you know, she's this wonderful, lovely little fairy energy girl that is all over the place. And I'm like, does she meditate? You've got to teach her how to ground. And she's like, yeah, she's got one of those bell things. I don't know what one of those bell things is. And if that's what she referred to it as, it's probably not being used properly. It's like, there's really no point in having a tool in your toolbox if you've not been educated on what it's for and how to use it. I might not know exactly. I might not be a master at it, but I want people to know that I am safe to ask those questions too. Let's figure it out together, because I don't want anybody to not have access to this information. All right. I love you guys so much. If I didn't, I wouldn't be on here spilling my guts all over the place like a fucking nut. So, if you're watching this, not live, please leave me some comments. Leave me some questions. Let me know what you'd like to know about. Let me know what I can talk about to you next. Send me a DM if you don't want it to be public on, you know, for everybody to see. Because, you know, some people might be like, no, I'm curious, but I'm not ready to let everybody else know I'm curious. It's okay. You can stay in the closet if you want to, but it's getting time that the fucking walls of those closets are going to be coming down. So it's time to really fucking, it's just time. It is time. It's past time. It's past time. Some people are sailing off on their ship, and I don't want to leave anybody. So it's time. All right. I love you. Now, fingers crossed that this fucking video downloads and saves tonight. And until next time, Satnam, namaste. Don't forget to set your intentions with this amazing full moon and all of this crazy energy that we are having tonight and for the next few days. All right, that's it. I'm out.